Hey guys, what's up? So the iPad mini is hands down the best iPad Apple has ever made, dare I even say the best tablet that was ever made, and I will get to all of the reasons why I believe this to be true in just a minute, but there is another reason why I'm making this video in 2026, because rumor has it that this bad boy will be getting an upgrade this year, and it is said to be a pretty substantial one. Let's ramble.
Hold up, place go wild when I pull up. They all on me like they want some.
So if you're a regular to the channel, you already know I love my iPad mini, and being a tech reviewer, I own most, if not all, of the current models. I've used and reviewed them all extensively, but I keep finding myself coming back to the iPad mini, this iPad mini 7 to be exact. And I think the main reason I love it so much is that this might quite possibly be the last tablet. While all the other iPads seem to be living in this perpetual identity crisis, and this is true for the entire lineup, by the way, from the base iPad to the latest M5 iPad Pro, they all seem to be confused. Are they tablets? Are they trying to be laptop replacements? I'm not sure what they are anymore. Not this little guy. The iPad mini knows exactly what it is. It's a tablet. And that is exactly what makes it so awesome and why it's been and remains my all-time favorite iPad. Now, of course, it's not perfect. It has its flaws, some of which have been well documented on this channel. And yes, I do have a wish list of things I would like to see in the next generation iPad mini, maybe even an iPad mini Pro. But before we talk about all that, let me explain why this is such an awesome little device that deserves way more credit in my opinion. First of all, there is the portability and convenience factor. There is something about this notepad-sized tablet that makes it kind of perfect for a lot of scenarios. In one of my early reviews of this tablet, I coined the term toiletability because I couldn't find a word that better describes what I meant. Basically, what that means is that if it's comfortable enough to take it with you on a trip to the crapper, it is comfortable enough to take it anywhere. It's great for doom scrolling your favorite social media apps. It's obviously great for reading books or magazines since it's essentially Kindle-sized, but it's also pretty perfect at presentations or conferences, for example, or lectures if you're a student. You will never catch me taking pictures with my 12.9-inch iPad Pro. I've seen people do it at conferences. Trust me, you don't want to be massive iPad photo guy. But I have no problem whipping out my mini for a quick snapshot. The same is true for face-to-face meetings. An iPad Pro, especially when it's attached to a Magic Keyboard, it can form a barrier between you and the person you're meeting. When you're typing away and clicking, it can make the other person feel like you're distracted, even if you're just taking notes of that actual meeting. The iPad mini does not have that problem since it's basically a notepad, and nobody will feel ignored when you're using your Apple Pencil to take notes during the meeting. It's laying flat on the table, and in fact, it can actually make the other person feel like you're listening attentively while taking notes of what they're saying. I know it's the same thing whether you're typing or writing, but psychologically it makes a huge difference. Speaking of the Apple Pencil, since the iPad mini 7 has that A17 Pro chip on board, it is compatible with Apple's latest pencil, the Apple Pencil Pro. And if you're an avid note taker or an artist, you'll know the advantages that come with the Apple Pencil Pro's additional features. But the mini is also a perfect content consumption device when traveling. Sure, the iPad Pro has that gorgeous display, and if you own one of the most recent models, you already know that the Ultra Retina XDR display with that tandem OLED screen is hard to beat, and the screen on the iPad mini is no match for that. But good luck placing that big boy on a small airplane tray table, and even if you do manage, there won't be much room for anything else. The iPad mini is so compact that I can easily place it on my tray table and still have plenty of space left for a drink and a bite to eat. And the display is perfectly fine to enjoy a show or a full movie. It's a step up from your phone, but it has that convenience of the smaller form factor. And guys, handwriting, journaling, sketching, that is where the mini really shines. I'm not much of a sketch artist myself, but I do love taking handwritten notes. There's just something about it that makes things stick in my head way better than if I were to simply type it out. And with today's AI apps and integrations, you can easily have your handwritten notes transcribed into typed text. Guys, whatever iPad you end up going with, it is always a good idea to apply a fresh new screen protector, and Paper-Like has been my favorite since day one. In fact, the very first video on this channel was on how to apply a Paper-Like. Fast forward to 2026 and applying a Paper-Like is still the very first order of business whenever I get a new iPad. And this one is a substantial upgrade in terms of the application process. I mean, it's not like it was very difficult before, but with this new Butterfly application, they made it even easier. It basically eliminates the three main causes of a failed install: dust, which causes those annoying bubbles, misalignment, and unclear instructions. You can just scan the QR code and everything everything is laid out for you on your screen. The butterfly system keeps the iPad sealed until you start the application, so no new dust can settle on the screen. And it keeps the paper-like locked in position. The helper tool gives you this flawless alignment, but it also slides the layers, it cleans the screen, and it is used to push out any air bubbles that are left. Once it's done, you end up with that perfect friction for your Apple Pencil, just like a sheet of paper, created by the nano dots, and my favorite secondary benefit, way less glare. And no more disgusting fingerprints, by the way. For me, Paperlike is still the way to go, and if it does get a little scratched up over time, you just apply a fresh one, because every order comes with 2 screen protectors, and if you want to pick some up for yourself, there will be links in the description below the video. But there's another really great use case for the iPad mini that I feel is often slept on, and that is gaming. This thing is a really capable gaming device, and because of its size, it can actually be turned into a full-blown handheld gaming device. Again, the iPad Pro with its amazing display runs games really well too. It's a bit more powerful as well, and it looks absolutely stunning doing it. But you're gonna wanna sit it on a table or a desk and connect a Bluetooth controller to it to get the most out of it. It's too big and too heavy to be used as an actual handheld. The Mini, on the other hand, really shines as a handheld. Just look what happens when I attach this Razer Kishi to it. It literally makes it look like one of those current dedicated handheld gaming devices. The Razer also comes with the Nexus app as a free download, which organizes your games. I don't know if you can see that, but it just makes it look like a console library, and you can just go through it and pick your games. Really nice stuff. You could even take it a step further and stream your PC games to it if you wanted to, using apps like GeForce Now. I wish iOS would be compatible with apps like Game Hub that literally let you play games from your Steam gaming library directly on your device. I love using that app on Android devices, so fingers crossed we'll be able to one day enjoy it on the iPad as well. Oh, and something I haven't even touched upon is the fact that these iPad minis make excellent home or studio controllers. I keep an old iPad mini here in the studio actually. I don't even really remember what model this is because it doesn't matter. All it needs to do is control my lights and all the other stuff I have automated here in my studio. In fact, I'm using it right now to control some of the camera setup. I'm telling you, the use cases for these little tablets are just endless, and I think I will keep using that one until it literally dies on me because Apple just keeps pushing out software updates even for those older models. So yeah, the iPad mini is really awesome, but like I said in the intro, it's not perfect and there's definitely room for improvement. I mean, the Mini 7 has seen some significant upgrades from the Mini 6. It comes with the A17 Pro chip. It has 8 gigs of RAM instead of 4, which helps with that Apple Intelligence and a bit of gaming. It has Apple Pencil Pro support, which is a good thing if you care about the additional features. Not such a great thing if you were hoping to use your Apple Pencil 2 with this iPad Mini 7, because that will not work. The Mini 7 has a faster USB-C port, as well as featuring double the speeds at 10 gigabits per second. It has Wi-Fi 6E support, Bluetooth 5.3, and it starts at 128 gigs instead of 64 gigs at no extra charge to the previous one. So objectively, there are definitely a few meaningful upgrades that the Mini had over the 7. However, and this is a big however, I know a lot of us, including yours truly, were desperately anticipating a better display, which in my opinion is the main Achilles heel of the iPad mini. And the Mini 7 still didn't fully get rid of the infamous jelly scroll. I won't get into too much detail about that right now. There are dedicated videos on this channel doing a deep dive into that issue specifically if you're interested. But yeah, this is why I'm so excited about these rumors of a new iPad mini, possibly sporting a better display. Just imagine having an iPad mini Pro featuring an OLED display for superior brightness and color, a faster A19 or maybe even an A20 Pro chip, and potentially water resistance. That would be cool, so you can take it not only to the can with you, but into the tub as well, all while maintaining that great 8-inch form factor. If Apple pulled that off, it would literally be the perfect iPad for me. I probably wouldn't use anything else anymore. Guys, let me know in the comments what features would you need to see in the next iPad mini to make it a guaranteed smash hit for you. I really want to hear your thoughts on this. Sub to the channel if you haven't, that would be much appreciated. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next one.